Hello and welcome to Thought for August the 16th. Our readings are 1 Kings 11, Jeremiah chapter 37 and Mark chapter 11. And our thought is, My house shall be called a house of prayer. Before he was arrested, Jesus was in the temple. Now the Jews were misusing the temple. It was partly used as a sort of marketplace. There were money changers and those who sold pigeons, we read today in Mark chapter 11 verse 15. Imagine the drama when Jesus entered the temple and began to drive out those who sold and those who bought. How he challenged them when he overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those who sold pigeons. And he would not allow anyone to carry anything through the temple. Verse 16. We wonder how much notice they were taking of what he was saying to them. He was quoting from the prophet Isaiah, words we read at the beginning of last month. Jesus was teaching them and saying to them, Is it not written, My house shall be called a house of prayer for all nations? But you have made it a den of robbers. Verse 17. We read recently in Jeremiah chapter 7 verse 11 how the same misuse of the temple was happening in his days, before it was destroyed. Oh, the wonder of life on earth when it is called and used as a house of prayer for all nations. What a reaction there was to Jesus and his actions. When the chief priests and the scribes heard it, they were seeking a way to destroy him, we read in verse 18. Jesus was acting to build up their resentment and anger toward him. By comparison, all the crowd was astonished at his teaching. There is probably a good comparison here with when the Bible was first translated into English and other languages. People were astonished to find in how many places its words differed from what they had been taught. There was great interest and many committed their lives to God. Unfortunately, many soon took the easy way of leaving their learning to priests and ministers of their day. How few teach today that there is going to be a house of prayer for all nations. But those who will read God's word and meditate on what they read look forward with great spiritual anticipation to when there will be a house of prayer for all nations. Well, thank you once again for joining us for Thought for the Day, where together we can open up the pages of God's Word, knowing that Word to be a lamp to our feet and a light to our path.